Yes. Back again. Motown Philly back again. Coffee break with JN back again. What a little coffee break swing. The caffeines, you know who you are, caffeines. And JN going off. Not too hard. Not too soft. Well, hello. You guys, welcome back to Coffee Break with JN. I know parting is such sweet sorrow, but if you're good, we'll do it tomorrow. Welcome back to the chat. I'm in my blue period. I'm in a blue type of mood. I'm in my Coltrane phase right now. Guys, welcome back to the chat. Welcome back to the stream. This is Coffee Break JN. Coffee Break with JN, where all your dreams come true. All your dreams come true. Let me get my light right. Light bright, making things with light. You guys, I was in the cut. I was checking out the chat. There's a whole lot of superstars. Yo, what up, Stunt Kid? May your sugars be good. I love that. I love to start using that. Oh yeah. Oh, JRD had to go prick himself. Pause. It's like that. So guys, let's get into it. Let's do our check-ins. Let's see who's watching here tonight. I hazard a guess that we got a whole lot of superstars up in Coffee Break with JN because you know where the place to be is. I know there's like athletic contests happening, but this is a place where everybody knows your name, and I probably gave you a nickname. So let's bring it in. Who's in this building? Who's in this building? Yo, I see Matt Waringo from the mighty Waringo Dynasty. Well, hello. Hey, Matt, that's right. Smash that like button, y'all. There ain't enough thumbs up in here, please. Pause. Yo, I see Stunt Ken in the building. Salute. He says no one is the bigger superstar than JN. Oh, stop. But keep going. But I'll stop. Well, hello. JRD got a nighttime number 176. It's not bad for after dinner, right? Okay, we can talk about the sugars maybe tonight. I see SWS in the building. Well, hello, friend. Welcome to Coffee Break with JN, where you have friends indeed, at least for an hour until I finish this coffee. Hello. SWS, tell us where you come from this fine evening. Let's see who else is in the building. I see a whole lot of people up in here. Yo, you ready? I call Shogun. What up, Shogun? Good to see you. I already see my man Stunt Ken. I see Nakota. Time for the knackers at Tapple. Apples. Oh wow, that you kind of messed me up with that. For Tabernacle is the knackers that Tapple. Yo, Marshall, you got here. You made it. Marshall made it. Yo, first sip of the night. Let's start early. The first sip of the night goes my man Marshall Lakes. I see you out in the world getting busy. Sip of coffee from my mighty Atom, 100,000 horsepower, smash evil, climb buildings, shoot bullets from your butt guns. Sip of coffee for my man Marshall Lakes. What up? Good to see you, my man. I see Notorious Rios DBA number one. And you know why I call him that? Because JRD was the very first Patreon patron that I received when I started my Patreon. And then the Jean-Luc Picard thing just kind of naturally flowed through that. Number one, aka sitting chairs funny. What up, JRD? Make sure those sugars are strong. Let's see who else is in the building. I see Suze. Hey, what up, Suze? Suze, you were missed last fortnight because you guys weren't around. I couldn't do a Suze poo, a Suze pose. I couldn't do a Suze pose if you were here, so we're gonna have to do that tonight. Good to see you. Let's see who else snuck in here. Or it's just the same 6 people just talking a lot. Did I say hi to Nakota? Nakota, yo, the P and Dubs are in the building. Yo, where's Duke? PM Dubs, yo, Ronaldo. Good to see you, my friend. Stick of the planet. I'm like washing out. Oh, there you go. That's a nice like. That's that rapture light. Oh, good places doing stuff. All the places. Yo, Billy Bob. What up, Billy Bob? Let's give a sip of coffee for Billy Bob. Billy Bob, have you had a sipper yet? Billy Bob, you've got a perfect attendance for all I think almost all of the JNN Jamar Nicholas Network programming. For that, my friend, you deserve a sipper. Get your sippers up, guys. Get those get those pinkies out for the one and only Billy Bob. Also, shout out to my Astro Boy mug, Mighty Adam, lovingly packed into my suitcase from a Japan trip. And this is as Sue's knows is a squatty large. It's a regular size. It's a regular size. It's deeper on the inside. Pause. It's a regular size coffee mug, but it's squat. It's like that, and it all fits in there. Oh my goodness! Sip of coffee for my man, Billy Bob. People hit me up on the phone. They're like, people trying to tag me on stuff, and I'm getting pings. I can't talk right now, guys. Coffee breaks on the air. That's right, sipper. All right. SWS checking in from the US and VA. Nice. Oh, this is your first time? How'd you stumble across this? Were you checking out Pencil to Pencil? Oh, also, just speaking of Pencil to Pencil, this is crazy. As you know, guys know in the studio that I have, it's a team, right? It's not just me and my smiling angelic countenance, my 16 charisma with a +3 modifier, and my matinee idol good looks. No, I have help. So beyond my wonderful assistant Sandra, um, over the past couple of years, I've been really fortunate enough to have summer help. Uh, what was that old joke about summer teeth? Yo, she got summer teeth. Anyway, so last summer I had an intern, and the intern was really, 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 really amazing, and she was so good at doing stuff. It kind of like made everybody else have to step their game up because if you weren't ready, she'd be like, "Yo, where's the stuff?" I'm like, but she helped with on the Pencil channel, which a lot of you guys are watching Coffee Break. There's a lot of stuff that we needed to catch up with, and we still haven't done reels or anything like that. We still haven't monetized the channel. But one thing that I thought we could do that might help is we needed to do an intro. You know, like at the top of a lot of YouTube channels, there's an intro. It's like, "Hello, I'm the so and so," and you can watch me say "skibbity toilet" or whatever. And we hadn't done that, so I got Conley and Manley last summer, and myself, and we did this little special video, and then I sent it to the intern. And there's so much stuff going on. I kind of forgot about it slash couldn't find it. So now I have summer interns for this summer, and they haven't started yet. They start next month. But I was just like, what happened to the trailer? And Sandra helped me locate this thing, so I just posted it. And I don't even think I saw it. I know I trust people to do the best they can. And I think it's cool. So if you're watching the channel for the first time and just saw this little intro video, that's where that came from. And that's the magic of Coffee Break, where you get that inside scoop. Let's see if I missed anybody. Anybody? Yo, E, what up, E? Good to see you. E says, I might not comment much tonight, but I'm here. Keeping one eye on the Kings Rangers game. That's fine. It's fine. Thank you, Marshall. It is a dope mug. Um, you know what? I wanted to get more of these. I found out after I came back home that there's a set. There's like five, maybe four of these, and they're all Tezuka themed. And You know what? I'm such a klutz. I figured at some point I would have dropped this. See, now I'm gonna break it. But it's not chipped or anything. And I'm probably gonna mess this up. But if you can see inside it a little bit, there's a little meter with some of the stars, Tezuka's star system. If you know anything about Tezuka's work, that he kind of casted all of his characters as actors, and in other Tezuka manga, you'd see the same character, but they'd have a different name. So he was like casting them in roles. So there's a little coffee meter inside. Well, thank you. Billy Bob is drinking coffee in spirit. Yes, that is very true. Paul Pate, what up, Paul Pate? Good to see you, my man. Yes, PTP, P2P is the bizarre. Yes, JRD, that's what we're talking about. Um, it works. Spectac, what up, Spectacular Umbreon? Good to see you. I always say in the pencil, what up, Spectac? Good to see you. Yo, Bill, what up, Bill? How are you? Are you back on terra firma? Good to see you, my man. Billy Bob is the welcoming committee. I love to see it. Over, I haven't had any mouse droppings in a while, Ronaldo. I still haven't gotten a new mouse. I'm gonna have to do a GoFundMe so I can buy a new mouse for the studio. Paul Pate asked a really interesting question. How many bugs you got? How many bugs you got? I don't know. I actually have shifted some out of circulation because I had a couple of video game themed mugs, but I took them out and I put them elsewhere. Like I have maybe one or two heat transfer mugs. Remember Freezy Freakies, the gloves that when they're like winter gloves and you put them on, and when it got cold out, like penguins would show up on the backs of them. So I have a Pac-Man mug and it's just black, but then when you put coffee in it, the maze appears on it, and I was just too nice, and I felt like I shouldn't be putting it in the dishwasher, so I took it out. I don't know, like the mug cabinet's crazy. Maybe 20. I don't know. You see, I use the same ones all the time because I just grab whatever's close. But also, I'm going to talk a lot about school visits tonight and school stuff. Um, but I've been on the road again, and I just came back from the Phillipsburg Comic Con, which is in lovely Phillipsburg, New Jersey, run by high school kids. And I've talked about this before, and some of you guys who've watched this before know how much I really adore that convention. And they do so much, and they go so far and beyond. And can I grab this? So one of the things is one of the old students who's an alumni now. I guess maybe she's a grown up. I don't know when she graduated, but they have a lot of love for their school. And the ceramicist, she throws mugs. You know, she like pinches pinches pots. I don't know how that works. If you're into ceramics, you know. But she makes really nice ceramic mugs and bowls, and every one of the exhibitors gets one of these. So this is for my first one. Isn't that nice? Look at that. It's gorgeous. So I have like three or four of these now, and they're almost like showpieces. So I kind of wind up putting my pins and stuff in these. So great stuff. Bill says a wife always tries to get a new mug with every trip. Yes. Um, JRD says you get one. It's in great shape for ages. Get the set. One breaks. Rule of collecting. You get full set. Regret. Full set. Regret. You get what you get. Don't get upset. Um, so speaking of that, maybe our first thing of the night, you guys, because I'm feeling good. Put in the chat anybody that has travel collectibles, meaning every time you go out on the road or you go visit something, you got to bring back something. Let's try to keep it clean, you guys. We kind of have it's not like a hard rule, but we kind of have a thing where We collect refrigerator magnets from places we haven't been before. So, like, the refrigerator has a bunch of magnets, especially since I started um, doing all this touring stuff. And there's a lot of places I miss, but I have like a magnet on the refrigerator from. Oh, this is one. It says, and I'm sure they repeated this. So it's kind of like 3D magnet with a pig on it, and it says, "I like pig butts, and I cannot lie." Memphis, Tennessee. And I have one from Indiana. Shout out to Yeah Comics Muncie when I went out to Indiana for a school visit, and I also stopped by Yeah Comics in Muncie. I had to get an. This one isn't a Muncie. I couldn't find a Muncie magnet, but it's an Indiana magnet. I flew into Indianapolis, so that was cool. So put in the chat if there's anything that you bring home with you from a trip. So maybe you got to get the T-shirt, or you got to get a hat, or like a little bell, or whatever you do. Or JRD is bring it back, but no trafficking. I don't have to report this to the feds. Yo, Christopher Lopez, what up, Christopher? Good to see you. Christopher, I think Christopher, did you get inducted as an honorary caffeine yet? I've been seeing you at all of these. If you haven't, let me know. And Billy Bob was knighted into the Avengers a couple of months ago. So I think Chris, you might be next up. SWS got the coffee. What's up? Yeah, sometimes you just got to let some of those go. Son Ken says, I got to find me one of those Astro Boy mugs. Yes, sir. Um, Paul Pate says, we had so many, they were encroaching into the plates and bowls. Had to trim down the mug gate. You know what? Sometimes you just got to let some of those go, or put them in the John and take them to the thrift. Uh, yeah, Bill says Phillipsburg is an underrated gym. I was saying that, and it was interesting at this year's. I think the word's getting out, and one of the big things about that show is that it's like in the high school gym, and they have some programming, and everybody's really working really hard. And at the beginning of it, it was just kind of everybody standing around, just talking to each other. It was almost like a family reunion, and there weren't a lot of people coming in and spending money, but that's changing. And once people have started to find out, like, this murderer's row of guests that they have, like Men of Action with have been there, like Joe Kelly and those cats, and Fabian was there, and the Simonsons were there, and Uncle Joe, you were there, and Auntie M, you were there. So, like a bunch of people that you probably pay a whole lot of money at New York Comic Con to see, or just like, there's Walt Weezy right there. So I think the word's getting out, and there was a lot of buzz going on this year, and I think it's just going to get bigger. It's a fantastic show. Christopher Lopez is swinging for the fences. I'm drinking spirits and coffee. You got a little. You got some brown in there. That's what's up. Matt Marengo collects shot glasses. So are they kind of like themed to like the place you went, or do they have to, like, what are the rules of the shot glass? Ronaldo says, I have a glass boot and a piece of the Berlin Wall from Germany last year. Ronaldo, tear down this wall. Nakota says, we do magnets. Yes, I do enjoy a good magnet. Paul Pate says, my wife collects T-shirts and hoodies from the breweries we go to. What's your favorite brewery item? Bill says, Adriana likes to get fridge magnets. I try and get a local brewer whiskey from the area. But you know what's funny? That magnets are expensive. Like, why are you paying $9 for a magnet in the airport? Like, I think so. I don't know. JRD says, I came back from Europe with a bunch of cassettes and CDs. Yo, you like CDs that weren't available over here? But yeah. SWS is oddities. All right, I'm feeling you. Let's see. Yo, Adam. Yo, Reed Punk Taco. What up, Adam? Good to see you. How are you, my friend? Stunt Ken says, I've actually never bought back stuff like magnets or cups. Come to think of it, I only try to bring back a particular food that ends up being eaten before the plane goes off. I will say this, and this is interesting. And I was probably one of those annoying people that went to Japan and wouldn't shut up about Japan. And now I look back and think about that. I was like, man, I was probably mad annoying. But um, one of the things that I really enjoyed at that moment were um, like Kit Kats, like flavored Kit Kats is a thing over there. And if you go to the right places, you might see some of them in the states, but it's rare. Um, and my favorite flavor was rum raisin, and they have like name it, they have like I don't know a lot of them. And my teaching partner, who is from Japan, she goes home occasionally, and I was like, "Yo, can you bring me back some Kit Kats?" And the last time she was there, she was like, "I'm sorry, Jama, they did not really have a lot of Kit Kats like they used to." Like, I don't know what's going on. But at the airport, at Narita Airport, it's not Naruto. At Narita Airport is like the gift shop's crazy, and you can get like these giant, like if you go to the department store and they have that like comically large bottle of perfume, and I think it's just water in it, but they're these giant things of Kit Kats, and you can't get them, in the city or anywhere else. And they also have what are those things? The bananas. Oh man, I forget what they're called. There's like they're basically Twinkies, and people like will get them, but they're gross. But yeah, I kind of wish I had more Kit Kats. Yeah. So speaking of Phillipsburg, Bill says it's one of the few that the Simonsons do every year. Yeah. Sue says we like to get a shot glass, but it has to be a big trip. But those are also easy to store. Like you just like wrap that up in something and put in your luggage, and you probably won't worry about it. Nakota says sometimes we get art at the places we visit if there's like a little hole in the wall place saying local artist stuff. Right, Sue's cute shops. Mizzle Kisses, what's up, Mark Manley? Good to see you. Tang. All day, every day. Good to see you, my brother. Sue says the shot glass has the name of the city. Gotcha. Theme to the place, city, states, parks. I have a Packer shot glass from Lambeau, the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. Paul Pate switching it up. I like the shot glass idea. If I was younger, I'd start that. Too late at this point. Yeah, Shogun, you know what's up. Japanese Kit Kats are wild. You know what? If you go on Bezos, you can order them, and they're like expensive, but yeah, and you can probably get some good flavors. But the stuff you might find in H Mart, it's really usually it's like matcha, green tea Kit Kats, and maybe like a dark chocolate, but they just don't really seem to be over here like that. Bill says I have a I love Sao Paulo Kit Kat box and an emergency stash. What's up? Dakota, you have a spot? Yo, let me know. We might have to make an exchange. Oh, so I guess the next thing would be like, how do you display this stuff? Do you have a shot glass like a curio cabinet or like a shadow box for them? That's what's up. SWS says I get antiques, mugs, old books, glass art for art from local artists. Honestly, whatever the weirdest thing I could find. Okay, oddities, curiosity. That reminds me of one of my favorite things. God, I don't even know if I'm going to get through this show, guys. I got all this stuff stacked up, but I'm all over the place. All right, guys, get in your DeLoreans. We're about to set the dial for the Generation X hour, and we're going back to the late 80s, like 88, 87, 88, 89, where the Fox programming network was just beginning. Hold on. E says, "Have you tried sake Kit Kats?" I think so. I honestly don't remember. I may have, and then maybe because I would order these things, or I used to have a connect in Japan who I would order some import video game stuff from, but then it kind of turned in from video games into, yo, can you send me some Kit Kat? And that kind of stopped over COVID because stuff would take so long because of all the embargoes and stuff. It's like, just forget it. What I may have, but I would put them in my candy dish because I don't really eat candy like that anymore. And people will come through like, yo, what's that? I was like, oh, you got to try these. And I would like give them out and not save any for myself because that's the kind of ding dong I am. But I think so. Yo, what month is this? It may be May, but it's always July when Julian's in the building. Yo, respect the architect. Good to see you, my man. Oh, James, what up, James? Good to see you. Everybody's crazy about a sharp dressed man. Good to see you. Saved your Suica JR train car from Japan. You know, you can also run that through the arcade machines because money spends well over there. That's right. Bill says, anytime folks go to Japan, I beg them to hit up the art shop and get some Zipatone shoes. Do they have a whole floor of that? What was that? The Sakaido? Was that the Sakaido store? It kind of reminded me of Pearl Paint. Remember when Pearl Paint was popping? There's a lot of P's. And the one store I went to was like 8 floors. It's crazy. All right, see you, JRD. Oh, so wait, Suze is leaving. Yo, Suze, you can't leave. Is Matt staying? All right, all right. Let me get the Suze pose in because Suze is leaving. All right, let's do it real quick. Suze, you talked me into it. All right, let's get ready. Too much going on. I put my hand upon your chip, then I dip, you dip, we dip. There you go. That was a good one. I stopped breathing. I got to stop doing that. Good Suze pose, you guys. All right, Suze, see you around. Good job. That felt good. Yo, welcome to the party. Yo, what up, Carlos? Chip. Good to see you, my friend. Carlos, yo, we celebrating friendship, bro. Fantastic. It's good to see you, Carlos. You like that? That intense focus? Yes. Uh, Good to see you, Carlos. Everybody knows my man Carlos. If you have not read my Leon books by now, what are you doing? Correct your actions. Fix your face. You know, my man Carlos is the IRL Carlos to the cartoon Carlos in my books. So you put respect on Carlos's name. Good to see you, Carlos. What's going on? Um, so what's I'm talking about? Seeing Sue's leave kind of messed me up. Now we're talking about art supplies in Japan. Yes, lots of stuff. Um, so okay, hold on a second. I got some. It's oh, anybody else want to share stuff they collect, or maybe when you were young and you had a parent that went out of town a lot and they always brought you back something. So here's my last flip of this question. When you were a shorty and somebody, I hope they came back, but if somebody in your family went away, or say you had a dad or something that worked and like brought you stuff back from the road, what did you ask for? Not everybody may answer this, but I think about that. It's kind of like if somebody came from being away and they brought you something, what would you be really excited to get? I remember there was a period in my life where I didn't do the Fox thing. I almost forgot. Um, I used to get really good Easter baskets, and before you could go to Target and get a basket that's got all the stuff in it already with the cellophane. Oh, James. Yo, you just shut the show down. There's nothing else to say. I'm going home. Still waiting on that milk, brother. I feel that. Any, yo, any day now. Yo, that's one of those laugh to keep from crying joints. Yo, it's real. Yo, you messed me up with that one. Yo, you win tonight, James. Christopher says, in my day, it was that t-shirt that said, my dad went to insert state name, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. Those lousy t-shirts were actually a thing, yeah. JRD says, a friend who was no longer with us brought me really good paprika from Hungary in amazing metal tins, like a snuff box. Shogun says, I don't think I ever asked for something when my parents went on work trips or whatever. Yeah, it's just like, just come back, right, James? You coming back, right? We'll see. Wasn't that the worst answer for parents or guardians was, we'll see. Yo, we got you don't want to say too much on air. That's so funny. Um, so all right, I gotta try to recapture this. So going back to SWS's thing that they collect oddities. I was enamored with the early Fox lineup. If you remember early Fox lineup, uh, programming was, and I'll see if anybody remembers it in the chat. We're showing our ages. Parker Lewis Can't Lose, The Adventures of Beans Baxter. I love Beans Baxter. Married with Children, The Tracy Ullman Show, which begat The Simpsons. Herman's Head. Yes. I forgot about Herman's Head. That was a great show. Was anybody? Did anybody get? Oh wait, wasn't Yeardley Smith in Herman's Head? And like a lot of the Tracy Ullman people, like all these people were just like Fox folks, right? Um, and I might be missing some. I can't remember off the top of my head. This isn't even before X Files. This is like year one stuff. X Files was later when they got picked up. That's right. I told you we got in the DeLorean on this one. Werewolf with Chuck Connor. I don't remember that. Joe's Apartment. Wait, Joe's Apartment was a movie. That was a movie with Jerry O'Connell and the Roaches. That wasn't a show. Was it? All right, y'all just throwing stuff out there. Hold on, Duck Soup. Wait, Duck Soup was on regular TV. That was the first thing Jim Carrey was in, right? And all right, hold on, y'all. Slow down, slow down. That's Are you saying Parker Lewis Can't Lose? Is we have Ferris Bueller at home? Well, probably the worst thing was the actual Ferris Bueller TV show that NBC did that was horrible because they were trying to play catch up to Parker Lewis. Stunt Kid. You hurt Stunt Kid with that one. Jared D says Parker Lewis and Ferris Bueller on at the same time, but Parker Lewis was hot. Did that bomb? I mean, in the scope of um, Fox shows, I'd love to see the metrics on that, JRD, because I kind of dispute that. I know it was popular at school. What? What? Hold on. What are you saying? Parker Lewis was hot. What are you talking about? But anyway, what I was getting to was, wait, hold on. Yeah, Duck Soup was on NBC, and it was, oh no, wait, no. Maybe you're right, Christopher. I'm thinking of the Quacker Factory. I think we're talking about the same thing. Somebody might have to go check that. Which made me think about when George Clooney was on the show called ER before ER, but ER was spelled differently and it was a comedy. See, y'all just throwing stuff at me. Gary Shandling show. See, there we go. We're getting back on track. Evening shade. Silk stockings. All right, but that's not what I was talking about. What I talk about was going back to SWS's thing. Was Friday the 13th the series? Remember that. Let that soak in. Let that marinate for a second. So the gimmick of Friday the 13th the series had nothing to do with the movies. It was the series where this old guy ran a antique shop and made a deal with the devil, and then that deal came due, and there were a bunch of, I guess the devil or whatever cursed all these items in the store, and then people bought them over time, and then when the old man died, uh, his nephew inherited the shop, and him and the hot girl and the old guy moved into the shop and had to retrieve all the items. Tell him July. See, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. And here's the thing, they have repeated that structure a million times. Warehouse 13 is the same exact show. There was another show that was basically Friday the 13th, a series for people who had never seen that before. Um, and like every episode was some sort of like, right? Yeah, Warehouse 13, Roswell. Yeah, see? It just blew your mind. Yo, it's the Friday the 13th, the series trope. And I think that's on Divida. Like, I don't know what I do with a box set collection of Friday the 13th, the series, but I'm very interested in rewatching all that stuff. And I think it's such a cool idea. But Warehouse 13 was exactly the same show. And I can't remember, it was like the nerdy nephew and the hot chick and then the old dude. And I can't really remember a lot of the episodes. And sometimes there were like interstitials where like they had to fight the devil or something. He was like a like he would kind of show up in the middle of the series like Mr. X in the Resident Evil games. Hold on a second. Oh, also speaking of ER, my man Kubiak, who was the bully on Parker Lewis, wound up being on ER as the, I forget the guy's name, the administrative assistant. He said Flying Blind never gets any love, but it was a fun show. I don't remember that one. E, what was that about? Am I? I want to assume it was about a blind pilot, but please tell me that's not what it was. Uh, JRD, you're funny. Stuntkin says, guys, you want your minds blown? Because you mentioned Parker Lewis, I just remembered I was working on a movie and found out I was chilling with the actor Abe, who played the big tooth Larry. Yo, I just said that. Well, Parker Lewis, what's his real name? Everybody still calls him Kubiak because that was his name with the show. Oh, that's fantastic. Yo, Jeff, what up, Jeff? Good to see you, my man. You snuck in here. Jeff says, wait, did we get a pencil to pencil and coffee break at 7 week? Yes. So the way this works is that co- pencil to pencil, if we can help it, is every Wednesday, and coffee break is every other Thursday. Yo, is that his name? Abe Ben Ruby? I don't think I've ever seen his real name. SWS says, I just got done with Eureka and that Warehouse 13 threw me right back. Yeah, go watch Friday the 13th. It's even called 13. See? See what they did there? I see what you did there, television show. Wow. I'm gonna okay. So Dakota, I don't know who said it first, but Dakota and Jeff, you get gnaw prizes for me. Just remind me, and I'll send them out. You get a gnaw John prize for figuring out this cat's name. Alien Nation, yo, that show was good. I don't think I ever watched Eureka, but all right, now I gotta go find the lineup. Fox Television, and I think that was like 1988 original lineup. We're not even going to get to what I was talking about tonight. I don't think it's going to happen. Oh man. Oh, that's like AI. I don't want to read that. There's too much stuff. I'm losing it. But oh wow. All right. So this says the Fox Broadcasting Company's official primetime lineup began on April 5th, 1987 with Married with Children and the Tracy Ullman Show. Other programs that aired in 1987 include 21 Jump Street. How did we not say 21 Jump Street? Duet. I forgot about Duet. Mr. President, Werewolf. You guys are talking about that. The New Adventures of Beans Baxter, Karen's Song, and Down and Out in Beverly Hills. Huh. I forgot about Duet. Wow. Tia Leone. Tia. That's what's up. That was 1987, y'all. But see, all the other stuff kind of came later. But yeah, I mean, and that early Simpsons stuff, we don't have to talk about that. The funny thing that kind of brought me into all of this stuff is that I got into this Matt Groening thing. I fell into a Matt Groening rabbit hole earlier in the week, and I was thinking, and maybe you guys can help me with this. The Ben Stiller show. I think I wasn't watching TV when that kind of came out. Is I posit to think that Matt Groening may be the most important American cartoonist in this cen- century, and like I don't know. Tell me somebody else who's as important as Matt Groening. Like if you think about the Walt Disneys, like like this The Simpsons is huge. Longest running, uh, possibly. See, I don't know. Yeah, see, this is okay. This is a good conversation. Now, I'm thinking about global reach, and Mac, like The Simpsons, is kind of like outside of the scope of what I'm trying to say. Like Eric Larson, I believe that. All right, hold on. This is going crazy. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. All right. I'm trying. Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Maybe we do a Mount Rushmore of American cartoonists as far as the United States is concerned, or maybe even touch points of culture. So I mean, it's got to be like Walt Disney, Matt Groening, Schultz. I think there's only four heads on Mount Rushmore. Let's just say five. Let me hear your five because I think I'm stuck. Yeah, like considering reach, the South Park guys, but you may not want to say they're cartoonists, but I don't know. Maybe we'll be a little loose with that. Because if we let the South Park guys in, then what about Seth MacFarlane? But I think we don't have Seth MacFarlane if The Simpsons didn't exist. Jim Davis. Yeah, and there's a new Garfield movie coming out. Hold on, I gotta flex. You mean this Jim Davis? And, I just did the school visit, and I was talking about Garfield, and all the kids know who Garfield is, but I'm sure they're not reading the newspapers, but Garfield is global. See, thanks, Julian. We need more metadata, right? Wait, cartoons on TV or cartoonists who drew strip. See, that's okay. So that's where I had to stun on him for a minute, Billy Bob. Yeah, that Jim K. That's Jim Davis. So my original thought was cartoonists, right? So, and why I said that is like because if you look at Matt Groening's history, he was doing Life in Hell, his comic strip, in the 70s, I'm pretty sure. And then like The Simpsons and all that other stuff is off of his back, so that's his, right? Even the flex that I love is that on all Simpson stuff that's illustrated, even though he didn't do it, his name's on it. I think that's kind of cool. So I don't know. Maybe animate. See, but Walt Disney was a cartoonist though. See, this is getting sticky. You guys fight it out. You guys let me know what you think. Maybe there should be cartoonists and animators. Because McFarlane wasn't a cartoonist, he was an animator, and JRD already put some dirt on his name. So that might be what's going to swing this around here. Mike Judge, nice pick. Now, that's straight in animation, right? But you know, Beavis and Butthead, King of the Hill, um, was just was a firestorm. Uh, so JRD is going to break this down. Disney drew a little, but then shifted to empire creation. Groening drew, then shifted to animation, then shifted to being a producer. But he wasn't drawing this stuff, right? Oh, I forgot about Office Space was from that early Mike Judge. I think that was from his art school work, right? Yeah, this is we might have to take this one off air because this we're gonna have to keep fighting about this one. But anyway, my whole thing came from this idea that I thought Matt Groening was underappreciated as a cartoonist. And also that he's so kind of in the background. There's hardly any interviews with him. And I was on Bezos. I don't like saying Amazon. I was on Bezos looking like, didn't somebody write a book about him? There's no Matt Groening material. There's a couple of interviews he's done over the years, and they're real slight. But that's great. All right, cool. All right, July's going to play along. July says, "All right then, Groening, Aaron McGruder, okay, Charles Schultz, Jim Davis. If we're going from strips to TV worldwide, honorable mention is Waterson. That's a nice list. Thank you, July. He knows how to play the game. What do you guys say? Um, oh, so does Disney not make your list, July? Are we not doing Disney? Uh, Also, I think we'll give a shout out. I want to do this. I'm going to give a shout out to Gary Trudeau and Burke Breathitt. So Doonesbury is a giant part of political cartooning and just pop culture. Burke Breathitt's right behind it with Bloom County and Opus. Well, that goes without saying. Yo, that's hot. That's right. Shout out Jim Davis from Muncie, Indiana. JRD says Graining is absolutely underappreciated. He is like Waterson in that he enjoys his privacy. His privacy. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, shout out to Carl Barks. But I'm loving that Jim Davis is getting his propers. I don't think he needs me to shill for him, but Like that Garfield property is just crazy. It's on everything, and I've known in my life some Garfield collectors. They're hardcore, and even looking at the old, like those old, like the collection, those cartoon collection books that were like the long way. Pause. Back before your bookstore had a real comic section. It was just humor, and they were in there. Don Bluth. All right. You know what I met him, I said, "Yo, I was in Muncie. If I had known, I would have baked you a cake." No, I said something like, "Oh yeah, there's a really great shop in Muncie." Oh yeah, he was like, "Oh yeah, I was just there." Jeff's like, "You wasn't in here." Don Bluth. All right. SWS says the early Cartoon Network, in addition of Adult Swim, did make profound waves in U.S. animation and subculture, but just a guy. It be Don Bluth. Yo, shout out to Dragon's Lair, Secret of Nim in the building, Space Ace. Yeah, Don Bluth deserves some credit on the animation side. Jared D doesn't. Jared D is fighting back. July. Jared D says I would disagree with Magruder only if Knight had broader reach at the moment. But wait, are you talking about Keith Knight? Well, otherwise, July's list is solid. I replace Davis with Burke Breffett, but that's huh. Chill. Shout out to Heathcliff, Geo Gately, George Gately. Um, and also, well, see, it's interesting that I think I should get my man Andrew Neil involved. He's a Heathcliff um, historian. Remember the Heathcliff cartoon in the mid '80s, which was hot. Heathcliff, that was some banging animation, and Heathcliff is an institution. But I almost want to put Heathcliff in that same realm with like Blondie, but I know that's like Heathcliff is later. Because if you want to go back in time, like back when cartoonists were rich, remember that? Like when all those dudes lived in Connecticut and drove golf carts to each other's mansions, like when it was popping like that. And Blondie had there was what maybe Jared D is the master of black and white stuff. There were like maybe 10 or 11 Blondie movies, right? And like all those dudes had stuff that features, you know. Oh, don't diss Family Circus. All right, Jim Davis said U.S. Acres. I forgot about that. Yeah, I think we need to stick with Americans, Matt, just for this, because I think we're gonna run out of runway if we start talking about other countries. July says he challenges that. You really don't see how much the Boondocks was talked about online with nothing new out with everything going on. It's true. I think in the comics world, yes, Keith got momentum, but like in the way black folks drive social media culture, the Boondocks is very much alive and well. I think you have a point there. SWS comes back. There was a comic show called Richie Rich. Oh, yeah, the Harvey comics. And if you're not familiar with the Harvey comics, Casper the Friendly Ghost, Richie Rich is a Dot. Little Lotta and Dot aren't the same thing, are they? Hot Stuff, The Littlest Devil, my favorite comic book. Oh yeah, Jim Unger. Yeah, y'all leave Family Circus alone. Guys, I did not get to, yeah, you know about Hot Stuff. I did not get to anything I wanted to talk about tonight. Well, let me just try to yeah, like I don't know if you guys saw this when I visited Manly when he was in the hospital last season, and I bought him a stack of Harvey comics. I bought him a bunch of Richie Riches. It was so funny. And then I also bought him some Sad Sacks, which I thought were also funny. This shit is just so it's so bad, it's great. Um, yes, thank you, Jared D. There were nearly 30 Blondie films, all starring Penny Singleton, who voiced Jane Jetson. I didn't know that. That's wild stuff. What about Arthur Lake? Shout out to Dagwood. Tell him, Jeff, what we do in the comic shop. Put a shout out, Jeff. Yeah, Jeff and Dr. Christie have a really great live comic book selling uh, uh, thing on their from their comic shop. It's really great. All right, Harvey's still good, man. It's such pure cartooning. And I guess, well, what about Archie? Yes, you know what, I think. Well, I think I'm not versed enough on Archie lore, but I think Archie covers Americana pretty well. But I don't think of us. Well, is this Stan Goldberg? Like I think about that cat, or is this, and thinking about that style and the era and that type of comic, but it doesn't jump out at me. But I think Archie needs an honorable mention in there somewhere. And guys, a little birdie told me that Dan Parent from Archie is going to be on Pencil to Pencil soon. So put that in your pocket. Maybe we'll ask him about that. Jeff says we just got. Wait, Jeff says we just got in at Motor City. Should I look for anything for you? No, but you know what? Isn't there? There's a couple of really cool comic shops in there. I know Manly used to talk about the Eye of Agamotto, and isn't like Vault of Midnight? Isn't that from Detroit? I'd love a T-shirt from those places. Dan DeCarlo, yes, thank you, Christopher. Right, Riverdale. The first season of Riverdale was riveting, and then it just kind of totally turned the corner, and I was like, I did the SpongeBob. Well, I'm gonna head out. Like I just, it was too much. So JRD with his Blondie lore. Arthur Lake, who was the actor of Dagwood in the shorts. No, the films. I'm sorry, they weren't shorts. They were like hour and a half. I forget. They used to come on all the time. Before Dagwood, including a series of shorts for the Navy, but after being cast as Dagwood in the first film in '38, that was his career. That's a lot. You know what, Billy Bob? I was in. I'm like, oh, yo, is that Miss? I forget my name. Miss, is that Miss Gundy? Yo, she's in the car with Archie. Yo, this is wild. This is nasty work. And then by the end of it, it's crazy. Mort Walker. All right. All right, guys, I got to start wrapping this up. I didn't talk about a thing I wanted to talk about tonight. This is fantastic. And see, this is what happened. This is the magic of the Gen X hour, guys. We got in our time machine. We went back to '87, had a fantastic time. So I think the takeaways so far from tonight is we all need to go back and watch Friday the 13th, the series. Maybe we should do like a watch. What do you call it, a watch party? Maybe I'll do that on my Patreon. Guys, you know about my Patreon, don't you? Well, I'll talk a little bit about that soon. July says about Riverdale, as it went on, took on a lot of the stuff from the newer Archie miniseries, right from the new graphic novels, the horror stuff and everything else. It helped that the writer of those comics was a showrunner. It was good, and I love the look. Like I just love the visuals of the show. But not just kind of like I jumped off the bus. Yo, Punisher meets Archie. All right, so let me do let me do this. Um, you guys, there's a lot going on over here at Jamar Nicholas Studios. You know about the JNN Jamar Nicholas Network, where all your dreams come true. Guys, I'm out here putting my feet to the pavement for the children, for the kids. Um, I did that comic book convention in Phillipsburg last weekend. I just yesterday, guys, I drove from Philadelphia, PA to the Bronx in New York for a school visit. I had a lovely time. I was supposed to do this visit in February, but it got canceled because of a snowstorm. And then we were trying to play catch up all school year until finally I was able to make it. And, I had a lovely time there. That's right, doing it for the kids, for the children. You know about the children, the itty bitty babies. That's right. And I worked with this fantastic organization called Meet the Writers. And Meet the Writers is a non for profit that puts books in school kids' hands in New York City. So they had me come out, and the entire sixth grade student body of the school got Leon the Extraordinary, right? So that was cool in itself. But remember, I said I was supposed to come in February. Pause. So by the time I showed up, all the kids had read Leon and had fallen in love with Leon. So I show up, and all these kids have ratty, cover falling off copies of Leon. And they were kind of like, "What, Joe? That's him." Like there's a little bit of shock, and I'm not flexing. I thought it was incredible. Like I didn't know what I was going to walk into, but these kids, like I thought they were going. I don't know what was going to happen, but these kids were into it, and that's why I want to show this picture. This is from yesterday, and look at this kid over here on the left, looking at the back of the book with my author photo in it. And she's studying the picture and reading that while I'm talking, like there was a true moment here, you guys, and this is what this is all about. And I don't take this lightly. You know, people feel however they feel about kids, or even people who do kid stuff. You can't see my quotes, kid stuff, but this is the impact part, you guys. This is the part where the rubber where the rubber hits the road. You see what I'm saying? And you know what? You can't make those kind of connections sitting in your living room. Even a Zoom isn't the same. You know what I mean? Right. I passed the vibe check. And that's also where this quote came from on my Facebook. I put this on my Facebook yesterday. This just in. The entire sixth grade student body of the Bronx school I just visited declared that I am Sigma, not Skibbity. You heard it here first, folks. Language is moving real fast. These kids were fantastic, and they gave me love. And like beyond me sitting here shilling my books, like I do this for a reason, you guys. I do this stuff for a reason. I make stories that I wish I had when I was a kid. I want to. I want to. If I can't change a life, I want at least kids to go, "Oh, yo, I met this dude. He seemed kind of cool. I guess I could do that too." Jared D, I'm not translating it. You either got to be with it, or you're not with it. But I passed the vibe check. Thank you, SWS. You know what I mean. And if the kids get you and they embrace you, not physically, but they embrace you, and that means the world to them. Those are lifelong connections. Yeah. So with that, you guys, there's a little video that I just put on my Facebook where the machine is starting. The fall 2024 Scholastic preview videos just came out on YouTube. There's your boy Jamar Nicholas talking about Leon, worst friends forever. It's time, yo. The machine, you hear the engines crunching up in the background. It's time. I'm stumping. I'm back out here. And if you've never heard of this, I don't know how you got this far. But my next book in my Leon series at Scholastic under the Graphics imprint is on pre-order right now. It drops in these streets October 1st. Worst Tober is coming. And I can't do this without you guys. I'm so excited already. The energy's swelling up. People are really excited. I got some new news I can't talk about yet, but you guys are a big part of this. I'm not just talking to myself to hear myself talk, even though some of you may think that. Go out there, signal boost. Tell your mans in them. Go to the bodega and go, yo, I just wanted to put these in the window. That's for y'all. Yo, good looking out, Poppy. We need every bit of this. Yes. That's right. I love it. That's right. Not skibbity. But yeah, guys, if you can't figure out these languages, you better study up on it because it's getting crazy. There were a couple of things I was like, what? And then you just kind of have to like, read through it and you go, oh, okay, I get it. It's all the same. It's all really the same stuff. But all right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. I feel like we needed break tonight. Thank you for all these new eyeballs. There are a lot of lurkers tonight, but I love when family's home. I love when the caffeines. You know who you are, caffeines. Where's my friends and regulars, not decaf, are in attendance. I have a little bit of coffee left. I'm going to start wrapping this up. Um, Travel is going. I just got some assignments from my team about fall tour stuff. It's crazy. Jared D says, yeah, to be honest, we always need a coffee break. Yes, we always need coffee break. Yes, I need you to need it. Think Shogun broke it down. It means he's good and not a toilet bent on ending humanity. Yes, and not a skibbity. What is it? No Ohio skibbity toilet. And tell him, Matt, hit that like button before we get out of here. We gotta pay some bills. We gotta get out this piece. So, guys, it's that time of the night where parting is such sweet sorrow. Um, like that Jake Gyllenhaal gif where he's like, it just fades into the mist. We're gonna call it a night, guys. This is so much fun. Say goodnight, John boy. Let's do the ID and get out of here, guys. You've been watching Coffee Break with JN with your boy JN. We chopped it up real nice. I think we had a nice time. Felt like we needed this, guys. I'm exhausted. I'm so tired. But everything comes anew, comes alive when I have the energy of the caffeines and tabernacles in effect. Thank you so much, you guys. SWS, it was good hanging out with you. Please come back. Go to the YouTube channel. There's a lot of archives. Go watch that stuff, and it'll give you a warm hug of friendship. Say good night, you guys. Good night, Matt. Good night, Shogun. Good night, John Boy. Good night, Carlos. All right, let's do the thing. You've been watching Coffee Break with JN with your boy JN. Guys, I'm a Philadelphia native, born and bred. West Philadelphia is where my people are from. That's right. In the playground, shooting some hoops, like the whole thing. Yes, West Philadelphia. That being that I am one of Philadelphia's favorite sons, I hold some sort of rank in jurisprudence in the area where I am also known as a John enthusiast. That's right. Do not say Philadelphia words unless you are under direct supervision of a Philadelphian. So with that, I go by many names of many nicknames. A lot of them are Philadelphia centric, John adjacent, like Kevin Scrapple because bacon was taken. Johnny Carson, that's wild stuff. John Cena, that's for Ronaldo. And Sean Philly Sousa. I love it. And the captain of the ship, Jean-Luc Picard. There are 4 Johns. What happened here tonight? You got to hang out with the crew and your boy JN, the ringleader of this thing, and watch me drink coffee and run my mouth. Now that I'm out of coffee, see you next fortnight.